Hello, this is a special end of year message for the students, parents and carers of Southborough High School. Now, on the 20th of March of this year, everything changed. The school was partially closed, and that came as a real shock for all of us, I think, personally and institutionally. But I think it's really important not to let that shock cloud over and obscure the great achievements of the first part of the year, academic and cultural, and indeed the second part of the year. And what I mean by that is on the 20th of March, we were, I think, in the early stages of preparation for remote learning. And from the very first day, we tried our absolute hardest to provide the best education possible remotely. That means using Google Classroom, for example, which we've been trying to introduce over the past 3 or 4 years, which of course was then turbocharged, class charts, and many other features such as Google Meets. Now, we tried really hard and we've had a real impact there, and I'm really pleased with the progress. As soon as possible, we introduced face-to-face meetings. We were the first school in the borough to do so on the 15th of June. Year 10 have been in their groups every third day, and attendance in Year 10 has been 80%, which, while being short of what we would normally expect, which would be 97, 98%, is far better than many neighbouring schools. Year 12, of course, have also been in. Their attendance has been 94%, which I'm really pleased with and proud of. And those students have really benefited from those lessons. Now, as soon as we could, on the 6th of July, we introduced face-to-face meetings for Year 7, 8, 9 and 11. So the Year 7 attendance at those meetings was 81%, Year 8 92%, which is fantastic, and Year 9 74%. So we have tried our absolute best to provide the education that our students deserve. We've also held special end of year events for Year 11 and Year 13. As you'll know, I'm a big believer in beginnings and endings, and it was really important that we celebrate these students' time that they've had at Southborough. That brings us on to the summer holidays that are coming up. We'll of course be holding a summer school. There'll be 145 students attending. 54 will be from next year's Year 7, which is the highest ever, and 91 Year 10 students will be in for the summer school. So I'm really pleased with that as well, and proud of that as well. We are going the extra mile, I believe. Now, in September, of course, you will read from my letter, we've received very specific and stringent guidance from the Department for Education about how we are to provide education from September. And we've really engaged with that, and again, we've done our best. The guidance is complex, which means that our beginning of term arrangements, our arrangements for the autumn term generally, are more complex. And specifically what that means is that each year group will be zoned together. Now, you might have heard that referred to as a bubble. Now, I don't much like that phrase, so I prefer the phrase zoned. So students will be zoned, and also the day will be staggered. So students in Year 10 and 11 will start later, and the good news is they'll finish later as well. So that's something to look forward to. Now, I'd also really like to emphasise that these arrangements are temporary. They are temporary. I'm very much looking forward to getting back to our usual vibrant Southborough self. And of course, the temporary arrangements are our way of getting from where we are now to where we want to be. So I'd like to conclude with two things. I'd like to thank you very much for your support for us as a school, and for us as a staff, trying to do our best in difficult circumstances. I'd like to thank you for the support that you've shown to the students. Remote learning isn't easy, we know that. Schools exist for a reason, for a purpose. So thank you for that as well. And to the boys themselves, thank you for being so resilient. and determined. Very much appreciated and valued. And finally, I would like to wish you a fantastic summer holiday. Please do have a rest so that when we come back in September, we're all fresh, ready and raring to go. Thank you very much.